WSBT-TV is your hometown station.
Good evening, I'm Ralph Allen with Andrea Wood. 45-year-old Rudy Blaudel stood mute today at his arraignment in Jackson, Michigan.
TV 22 South Bend.
Eyewitness News with John McKnight, Rebecca Marr, Bruce Saunders, and Bob Lux.
All of Michiana from South Bend, we are TV 22. From WSBT-TV, where news comes first, this is Eyewitness Midday, Michiana's only local midday television news.
WSBT-TV is your hometown station. This is WSBT Eyewitness News.
Good evening. Tensions were high today as workers at the Hummer plant finished their
WSBT-TV is your hometown station. This is WSBT Eyewitness News, Night Shift.
You're watching WSBT-TV, your hometown station. This is WSBT-TV Eyewitness News, Night Shift.
Good evening. A new bill in Indianapolis is refueling the local debate over gun control.
Now, Michiana's #1 news team. This is News 22 This Morning. Good morning. 22 WSBT.
For some Michiana mothers, this was a true Mother's Day. We'll show you one mom who got the best present ever. We'll tell you why some mothers spent the day bar hopping and passing out presents. And have you ever seen a solar eclipse? Well, you can soon. Coming up, tips on seeing the sun disappear.
Now, Michiana's #1 news team. This is News 22 Night Shift.
Good evening.
22 WSBT. Now, Michiana's #1 news team. This is News 22 Night Shift. You're watching News 22 Night Shift with Amanda Hart, weather with Steve Barron, and sports with Matt Burridge. This is WSBT, Michiana's news channel.
You're watching News 22 first thing in the morning with Tom Halden and your Storm Tracker forecast with meteorologist Larry Mowry. We're 22 WSBT, together making a difference. We're 22 WSBT, voted Indiana's best newscast. Live, this is News 22 Midday.
Cold enough for you? The lake effect machine stopped and the deep freeze kicked in.
You're watching Michiana's only midday news. We're 22 WSBT. Live, this is News 22 at midday.
More American soldiers are killed in Iraq on the same day the coalition releases what it says is proof Saddam Hussein's sons are dead. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Mike Collins. We will have the latest on today's dramatic developments.
We're 22 WSBT, voted Indiana's best newscast. Live, this is News 22 at 5.
Millions of parents do it, and it can work. Tips to make split-shift parenting work for your family. The government's just given a new contact lens the okay. Is it right for you?
And in weather, even though we had a mighty cold day today, a big warm-up is in store. All the details coming up in your Storm Tracker forecast.
Good evening, I'm Cindy Ward. Deborah Daniel has the night off.
You're watching News 22 at 5 with Cindy Ward and Deborah Daniel. And your Storm Tracker forecast with meteorologist Rick Mecklenburg. We're 22 WSBT, together making a difference. We're 22 WSBT. Together making a difference. Live, this is News 22 at 5:30.
And good evening, I'm Mike Collins. Deborah is on.
You're watching News 22 at 5:30 with Mike Collins and Deborah Daniel. And your Storm Tracker forecast with meteorologist Rick Mecklenburg. We're 22 WSBT. Together making a difference. We're 22 WSBT. Voted Indiana's best newscast. Live, this is News 22 at 6.
They were few in number, but still they braved the South Bend cold to protest the Secretary of the Interior.
You're watching 22 WSBT, voted Outstanding News Operation. Live, this is News 22 at 6.
Completely on fire.
He was one of the NBA's most idolized players. But what do local kids think of Kobe now?
Plus, already in prison, the man who ran off with a Michiana teenager could be in more trouble.
And our top story, if Michiana were in Texas, then last night's rain would have been an official gully washer. Good evening, this is News 22 at 6.
We flirted with record highs again today, but cooler air is on our doorstep. I'll show you that, plus some storms headed our direction.
They present a lot of problems for us. And I think that, you know, we're definitely concerned and focused on trying to address those as of today.
In other words, Coach Weiss knows Michigan State poses a threat to the so far undefeated season.
And our top story, it's big, expensive, and controversial. And tonight, we should know the future of a big plant proposed for St. Joseph County.
Live, this is News 22 at 6.
And good evening, everyone. I'm Mike Collins.
I'm Deborah Daniel. Cindy has the night off.
You're watching News 22 at 6 with Cindy Ward and Mike Collins. Your Storm Tracker forecast with meteorologist Rick Mecklenburg and sports with Charlie Adams. We're 22 WSBT. Together making a difference.
You're watching News 22 at 6 with Cindy Ward and Mike Collins. Your Storm Tracker forecast with meteorologist Rick Mecklenburg and Charlie Adams Sports. We're 22 WSBT. Together making a difference. We're 22 WSBT, voted Indiana's best newscast. Live, this is News 22 at 11.
7 Americans die in combat in Afghanistan.
And in weather, sub-zero temperatures this morning, but 50-degree readings later in the week. We'll talk all about it and show you the 7-day in the first 11 minutes.
And new at 11, South Bend schools may face even more money troubles. All the news, weather, and sports in the first 11 minutes. Good evening. This is News 22, 11 at 11. I'm Cindy Ward. Deborah is off tonight.
Live, this is News 22, 11 at 11.
When you don't have to stand in traffic.
Watching News 22 at 11 with Cindy Ward and Deborah Daniel. Your Storm Tracker forecast with meteorologist Rick Mecklenburg and Mike Stack with sports. We're 22 WSBT. Together making a difference.
You're watching WSBT, your local news leader, broadcasting in high definition. Live, this is WSBT News first thing in the morning. You're watching WSBT, your local news leader, first thing in the morning.
You're watching WSBT, your local news leader. Voted best newscast and best weather operation by the Associated Press. First in high definition. This is WSBT News at 5. Live in high definition. This is WSBT News at 6.
It is a situation that high school bands across the country face from time to time. After being invited to play at special events around the country, they're faced with having to pick up the tab to get there.
Yeah.
You're watching WSBT, your local news leader. Voted best newscast and best weather operation by the Associated Press. First in high definition. This is WSBT News at 6.
This is WSBT News first thing in the morning.
Is there a problem in the water at the Jack Nicklaus designed golf course in Benton Harbor? This morning we'll explain why the Environmental Protection Agency is investigating. 2 candidates for Congress debate the Keystone Pipeline. If built, would it really lower gas prices?
It won't change our price 1 penny at the pump.
And a controversial comment made during Indiana's Senate debate leads to a response from the Mitt Romney campaign.
Live in high definition, this is WSBT News first thing in the morning.
Mitt Romney is distancing himself this morning from...
Live in high definition, you're watching WSBT News Saturday morning. This is WSBT News at 11.
Controversial comments about rape from a candidate for Indiana's Senate seat. We'll tell you what was said.
And our top story, one hospital, dozens of patients with fungal meningitis. Now, Elkhart General Hospital has an entire unit devoted to treating local victims caught in this national outbreak.
Live in high definition, this is WSBT News at 11.
Doctors at Elkhart General have a daunting task diagnosing and treating everyone who got that tainted back pain medicine.
First, fast, accurate. You're watching WSBT 22 first in the morning with Bob Montgomery and Leanne Tokars.
It is 5 o'clock on this Wednesday, January 5th. Several big breaking stories we're following this morning.
And we start with how your kids' schools fared on last year's iStep scores.
First to cover breaking news with Leanne Tokars, Bob Montgomery, Kristen Bean. Your accurate first alert weather forecast with meteorologist Carrie Peugeot. You're watching WSBT 22 News first in the morning.
Bernie Sanders now pushing to make some big changes on Wall Street.
First, fast, accurate. This is WSBT 22 first in the morning, Saturday.
It is just after 7 o'clock on your Saturday morning.
First to cover breaking news with Kristen Bean. Your accurate storm alert forecast with meteorologist Lynette Grant. You're watching WSBT 22 first in the morning, Saturday.
It is 6:50 on your Saturday morning.
First, fast, accurate. This is WSBT 22 first in the morning, Sunday.
It is 6 o'clock on the dot on your Sunday morning.
First, fast, accurate, live. This is WSBT 22 News on Fox.
Happening right now, thousands of people flooding the streets of Iran, remembering top General Qasem Soleimani.
He was killed earlier this week in one of the U.S. drone strike near the Baghdad airport.
First to cover breaking news with Bob Montgomery and Leanne Tokars. Your accurate storm alert forecast with meteorologist Carrie Peugeot. You're watching WSBT 22 News on Fox. First, fast, accurate. You're watching WSBT 22 News at midday.
Temperatures are still hovering around the freezing mark right now as we take a live look in South Bend. That is on the left side of the screen. Black ice could be a little bit of an issue as well.
First to cover breaking news with Bob Montgomery. Your accurate storm tracker forecast with meteorologist Carrie Peugeot. You're watching WSBT 22 News at midday.
And we're following additional breaking news just into the newsroom.
First to cover breaking news with Bob Montgomery. Your accurate first alert weather forecast with meteorologist Carrie Peugeot. You're watching WSBT 22 News at midday.
Donald Trump is coming out swinging again on the campaign trail.
First to cover breaking news with Bob Montgomery. Your accurate storm alert forecast with meteorologist Abby Wepler. You're watching WSBT 22 News at midday. Cover breaking news with Jennifer Copeland. Your accurate storm alert forecast with meteorologist Abby Wepler. You're watching WSBT 22 News first at 4. First, fast, accurate with Jennifer Copeland and Todd Connor. You're watching WSBT 22 News at 5.
All right, take a look at all this snow. This is video from Michigan Tech in the Upper Peninsula. The area is certainly no stranger to a lot of lake effect snow, and soon you could also see some snow.
That's right. Live look at Silver Beach in St. Joseph. Look at the waves out there. That wind causing all of those waves could be bringing us that lake effect snow.
First to cover breaking news with Jennifer Copeland and Todd Connor. Your accurate storm alert forecast with meteorologist Abby Wepler. You're watching WSBT 22 News at 5. First, fast, accurate with Jennifer Copeland and Rick Schutt. You're watching WSBT 22 News at 6.
911 call
leads from a child leads police to a murder-suicide in St. Joseph.
First, fast, accurate. You're watching WSBT 22 News at 6.
We have breaking news just into the newsroom concerning the coronavirus.
First to cover breaking news with Jennifer Copeland and Rick Shutt. Your accurate first alert weather forecast with meteorologist Matt Rudkin. And sports with Pete Byrne. You're watching WSBT 22 News at 6.
The new at 6.
First to cover breaking news with Jennifer Copeland and Todd Connor. Your accurate storm alert forecast with Chief Meteorologist Matt Rudkin. And sports with Pete Byrne. You're watching WSBT 22 News at 6.
New at 6.
First to cover breaking news with Caroline Torrey. Your accurate storm alert forecast with meteorologist Lynette Grant. And sports with Adam Darengowski. You're watching WSBT 22 News at 6. First, fast, accurate. You're watching WSBT Channel 22 News at 10 on SBT2.
Formal charges are filed against an Elkhart wrestling coach.
First, fast, accurate, live. This is WSBT 22 News on Fox.
Well, new at 10, emotions are high in the community after the city of Mishawaka hired a company to remove and kill 400 geese. Animal rights activists held a vigil for the geese in front of City Hall tonight. WSBT 22's Heather Black was there. And Heather, how many people came out for this?
WSBT 22 News at 11 starts right now.
First, fast, accurate. With Todd Connor and Dane Murray. You're watching WSBT 22 News at 11.
And a live look on storm tracker radar. As you can see, snow bands are setting up across Michigan. That snow will be setting up in our area soon.
Now at 11.
They may not use the modern conveniences, but scientists say the Amish have something that could make us all healthier. They say they're outraged by Mishawaka's decision to kill geese. Tonight, they protested outside City Hall. It's a small device that can save someone's life, but its cost is skyrocketing.
First, fast, accurate. You're watching WSBT 22 News at 11.
It's a potentially life-saving drug that millions of families depend on every day. And new at 11, the cost for epinephrine shots have skyrocketed.
Far from slowing down, the World Health Organization reporting the largest single-day increase in coronavirus cases across the world as countries continue to reopen.
An unexpected group at risk. Right now, health officials in the South are seeing a surge in virus cases in patients in their 20s and 30s.
Investigating a potential connection, police in Atlanta believe the woman charged in setting a Wendy's on fire is the girlfriend of a black man a police officer shot and killed.
First, fast, accurate. You're watching WSBT 22 First in the Morning with Bob Montgomery and Leanne Tokars.
First at 5 o'clock, we start with our weather on this Monday morning. This is what we can expect outside. A look at a storm tracker radar. What's generally been quiet for seemingly weeks.
First to cover breaking news with Bob Montgomery and Leanne Tokars. Your accurate storm alert forecast with meteorologist Carrie Peugeot. You're watching WSBT 22 News First in the Morning. First, fast, accurate. You're watching WSBT 22 First in the Morning, Sunday.
Good morning. I'm Leanne Tokars in for Kristen Bean this morning, and we're starting with your weather on this Father's Day.
First, fast, accurate. You're watching WSBT 22 News First in the Morning on Fox.
A new milestone this morning in the global coronavirus outbreak.
First, fast, accurate. You're watching WSBT 22 News at midday.
Good afternoon. New at midday, the Trump administration announcing it is now complying with Washington's phase 2 of reopening.
First to cover breaking news with Bob Montgomery. Your accurate storm alert forecast with meteorologist Abby Wepler. You're watching WSBT 22 News at midday. First, fast, accurate. You're watching WSBT 22 News First at 4 with Jennifer Copeland and Abby Wepler.
Good afternoon. I'm Dane Murray. Jennifer has the day off. First at 4, schools around the world are starting to reopen during the pandemic.
First to cover breaking news with Jennifer Copeland, your accurate storm alert forecast with meteorologist Abby Wepler. You're watching WSBT 22 News first at 4. First, fast, accurate. You're watching WSBT 22 News at 5 with Jennifer Copeland and Todd Connor.
Good evening, I'm Dane Murray. Todd and Jennifer have the night off. A major effort to fight child abuse is happening right now.
First to cover breaking news with Jennifer Copeland and Todd Connor. Your accurate storm alert forecast with meteorologist Abby Wepler. You're watching WSBT 22 News at 5. First, fast, accurate. You're watching WSBT 22 News at 5:30 with Jennifer Copeland and Todd Connor.
New at 5:30, a Black Lives Matter mural won't be in downtown Goshen, but some city leaders are looking at a new potential home.
First to cover breaking news with Jennifer Copeland and Todd Connor. Your accurate storm alert forecast with Chief Meteorologist Matt Rudkin. You're watching WSBT 22 News at 5:30. First, fast, accurate. You're watching WSBT 22 News at 6 with Jennifer Copeland and Todd Connor.
Good evening, I'm Dane Murray. Jennifer and Todd have the night off.
First, fast, accurate. You're watching WSBT 22 News at 10 on Fox with Todd Connor and Dane Murray.
A new way for South Bend residents to file complaints of police misconduct is going to have to wait a little bit longer.
First to cover breaking news with Todd Connor and Dane Murray. Your accurate storm alert forecast with Chief Meteorologist Matt Rudkin. And sports with Pete Byrne. You're watching WSBT 22 News on Fox. First to cover breaking news with Caroline Torrey. Your accurate storm alert forecast with meteorologist Lynette Grant. And sports with Adam Darengowski. You're watching WSBT 22 News on Fox.
Former national...
A potential step in police accountability put on hold in South Bend.
It was really huge.
An act of kindness.
I didn't expect the cops to go by that day.
From a South Bend police officer.
We just didn't qualify initially for those programs that were out there.
Black-owned businesses struggle to get by, and new immigration restrictions coming out of the White House.
First, fast, accurate. You're watching WSBT 22 News at 11 with Todd Connor and Dane Murray.
A new way for South Bend residents to file complaints of police misconduct is...
First, fast, accurate. You're watching WSBT 22 News at 11.
Good evening, I'm Caroline Torrey. The South Bend Police Department is warning that this year is off to a very violent start.
First to cover breaking news with Todd Connor and Dane Murray. Your accurate storm alert forecast with Chief Meteorologist Matt Rudkin. And sports with Pete Byrne. You're watching WSBT 22 News at 11. First to cover breaking news with Caroline Torrey. Your accurate storm alert forecast with meteorologist Lynette Grant. And sports with Adam Darengowski. You're watching WSBT 22 News at 11.
22 WSBT.